What is going on, people from the tube? Welcome back to another Pancho Things. So, here's the kicker. You're gonna see the same outfit for weeks to come. It's because I'm filming these type of videos all at once because Logan once enough was kind enough to let me shoot some shotgun in his property. It's a Sunday, probably the neighbors are gonna hate us, but we're gonna get this done all at once, but I'm not gonna be able to edit all of it at once because otherwise this video is gonna be like 2 hours long, so we're not gonna do that. So this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna try an array of shells. Reason being is this year is difficult to put the hands on Boss shot shells for obvious reasons, and if you don't know why, you can go to Boss website and kind of understand. In between the tariffs and the acquisition of the metal is kind of hard to put the hands on the shells, so I'm having to go back to steel. So I don't know, I'm gonna try different steel shots and see what pattern's better from my Muller choke tubes. That's what I'm gonna be using today, and logically the season, but I'm gonna start with one shell at a time, and we're gonna go through each distance with the decoy, the passing, and the UFO, and we're gonna put them on target on paper. So the target paper, if you this is the first time you see one of my videos doing pattern video, I don't count pellets, I don't do any of that. So if that's kind of like what you're looking at, this is not gonna be the video for you. What I do is I put that on paper just in a regular scenario, how I normally shoot when I'm hunting, freestanding. There's no benches, no presses, no nothing. I just put it on paper so I can see what the choke tube and the shell are kind of doing, so I know what to expect in the field, adding the circumstances of wind and movement and everything. So here we go. So today I'm going to be shooting Federal Black Clouds, and we're going to give it a try. All the shells that I'm going to be using are 3-inch number 2s. And we're gonna see how this pattern on paper. This is also the first time I gotta shoot with the glasses on, so. Alright, so here we go. The first shot is gonna be decoy, so it's gonna be the same for every shell. So decoy, 30 yards, and we'll see what's gonna happen. Find a hole. Well, shot that high, so little high for the decoy. So let me switch papers here. So this is the black cloud passing, 45 yards. Find a hole. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Black cloud. Black cloud. Pass it. I like that. I like that. That's pretty even. This is black cloud long range for the UFO. 50 yards. Idaho. Alright, we're gonna pick this up at the house and go over. The GoPro started failing, the other camera failed because it was too hot. So I'll fill him in the gaps. Logan, once again, thank you so very much, dude.
Yes, sir.
And when you're at the house, I'm gassed out, guys. First time shooting with these things, not an issue. Doesn't get in the way. I can see things clearer though. I thought during the dog hunting season, I thought that I was so tired and so run down that I was seeing things blurry. It turns out that it wasn't that I was tired, it's that I was feeling bad. But there you go. I'll meet you guys at the house. Alrighty, so before we start here, I want to say something that we noticed as we finished shooting all the shells. The backdrop of where we were shooting is a slightly angle on the top. And initially, face forward, the angle doesn't seem as much. When you look sideways, it's really, really leaning. Which I don't know if yay or nay is gonna have an effect. I do believe it will. If you throw a shot to a target and it's impacting right here, and you have this bent backwards, it's gonna throw the shot higher than if it was flat, right? Because there's a little bit more chance for it to keep spreading forward up, not necessarily sideways. So I just putting that in there because some of the shots I threw them up, and some of the shell shot up, and I feel that it looks super high in paper, but I don't think it's because that the shell is shooting way too tall. I think it's that angle that makes it look worse. So we're gonna have to play with this. Unfortunately, I already had sent all the shells, so unfortunately we're gonna have to adjust like that impact. The shotgun is cheap. This shotgun and those choke tubes, Muller choke tubes, are shooting perfect pattern 60-40 on all three choke tubes perfectly with Boss 3-inch 3.5 stack and 3 and number 4s, shooting beautiful patterns. If you want to see it, I got a video here. My shotgun is already fitted and trimmed. Everything is nice. Here, unfortunately, I wish I would have seen that angle was way too much prior to starting this video, because we would have adjusted and not have to kind of like compensate now on the way that I'm going to explain it. But black clouds, that's what I started with. Federal black clouds, 3-inch number 2s, and in this case it was 1 1/4 ounce a shot, 12 gauge. So we're gonna start with the black cloud Decoy 30 yards. So as I mentioned before, this shot, the shell shot tiny high, but also, as I mentioned before, that angle had something to do with this. So one thing that I noticed is, even though that the pattern kind of like concentrated, there's a little bit of a patchiness on the right side here. Just a tiny bit though, like it's not much. It's some here. Shot, as I said, shot a tiny bit high, but if we would have moved this circle, I think that the difference that we're going to be seeing is 1 inch to 2 inch. These should be probably somewhere around here, right? It's not that bad. It's not that bad for the Decoy. As I mentioned, once again, it shot a tiny bit high, but not terrible, you know? So here we go. That's the Decoy. All right, so we're gonna check now the passing. Now with the passing, way better shot, way better. Really, really nice pattern. Most of the shot was in the 30-inch circle. I do like it. Little patchiness here and there, you know, little bit here, tiny bit here. But overall, you know, could be worse, but not a bad pattern for the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3 and the Muller choke tubes. So once again, could have been better, yes. Flyers, very minimum. Could have been worse. I've seen worse. Actually, I shot worse on this video, but on this one, not that bad. So the passing for the mid-range, which is the passing, black cloud, not bad for my configuration. It's not bad. All right, on the UFO or the full choke, NASA gray. I don't know how much of this was the angle, but one thing that I can say is not so great. With the black cloud at 50 yards with the UFO, we are having some issues. We're having some issues. There is all this area right here. It's just not great. Massive hole here. Most of the shot was concentrated up here, but if you can see, it's one-sided. There's still plenty of hole here. Now, until that day, I decided to do a little bit more research with the black clouds, and a lot of people said that there was a little bit of inconsistency with the shells, and supposedly they did change something on the wad and something on the crimping of the shell to compensate for that. But so far, if I'm gonna be using a shell that is not the Boss 3-inch 3.5 stack, with the passing, just the mid range and my shotgun, Black Cloud is doing phenomenal. But if I had to take something closer or something this far, which normally I don't shoot this far, then things get a little shaky. I can deal with the tiny bit of high touch on the shot on the close range, but if I had to use the UFO, yeah, it's not looking great. So there we have it. That is the Black Cloud with Muller choke tubes. Once again, this is 3 shots. It's 1 shell per paper. I don't know. In order to see consistency, I probably would have to shot 2 more shells on each target just to see if the consistency is still going at the same areas. But as of right now, I gotta say, for the price and what it is, I don't think it will be the shell that I will use all season for all 3 type of ranges. As I mentioned before, if it's within the 45 range, more or less in there, phenomenal pattern. But outside of that, on my configuration, it's not working well. I don't know how it's gonna work for you guys. So there we have it. Thank you so very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a video, and I will see you in the next one. Pancho out.